How's it going, Nitrosites? It is me, the Nitro General here, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going over my first competitive team for Pokemon Sword and Shield. Alright, so a couple things I do want to get out of the way before we really get into this video. Two things. One is that this team is not final, So all of the Pokemon in this team are going to be new Pokemon introduced in this generation. Okay, I have a lot of competitive Pokemon already set up on my Sun and Moon game, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon games, that I'm going to be transferring over when Pokemon Home comes out, and I just don't have the time to create all new versions of those competitive Pokemon right now. So, and there's no sense in me trying to do that when I have all these Pokemon that are going to be really good that I can use in just, I don't know, a month or so. When Pokemon Home comes out, then yeah. So this team is probably not perfect. It is definitely not perfect. So no previous Pokemon will be on this team yet, but it definitely is subject to an upgrade once that happens. So yeah, and the second thing is that this team again is not final. So some of the moves are not going to stay on the Pokemon. Some of the natures are not the right natures that I want. Most of the abilities are fine. And then most of all, the items are really mobile right now. There are a couple Pokemon where I want to leave the items on them, but I don't know. So a lot of this is subject to change. This is just what I put together today. I tried it out a couple times. Worked all right for me. I won a few times, and I think I lost like twice, and I won like 5 times, I think. So the team's not perfect, but so there's going to be a lot of subject to change. So this is just what it is right now. I will probably make an update video once I create some more competitive teams when Pokemon Home comes out, or if I change this one in any way. So let's just get right into it. So obviously you can see right there, the first Pokemon in this team is going to be Gigantamax Centiskorch, nicknamed Nova. I really like Centiskorch as a Pokemon. There aren't really any really good new fire types in this generation. I mean, you have the Scorbunny's evolution there. Why can't I think of the name of it right now? Cinderscorch. So you have Cinderance, that's what it is, not Cinderscorch. I just combined Cinderance and Centiskorch into Cinderscorch. No. So you have Cinderance, you have Centiskorch, and you have Roly-Poly's evolution, which is Colossal. So you have those three. Now, Colossal is a really good Pokemon, and I was going to put him on my team, but I don't know. I like Centiskorch because the Gigantamaxing is so good. So it has the Wise Glasses for a item because I couldn't think of anything else to put on it right now. I could have just given it a Flame Plate, but I gave it the Wise Glasses because I like to have a lot of different coverage on my Pokemon and competitive team. So I have Flare Blitz for a physical type move and Lunge for a bug type move. They're both stab type moves, and they're physical type moves because he's a physical type attacker. I gave it the Wise Glasses to power up Heat Wave as a special move. It doesn't have terrible special attack, but it also doesn't have great special attack either. So with the Wise Glasses, the Heat Wave is powered up a little bit. Like I said, Heat Wave may just change because it is not a special attacker. I also gave it Coil because Coil is a really good setup move to raise your defenses. I think it just raises your defense, your special defense and defense. I don't think it raises your attack at all. So basically, I'll come out with that and I'll Coil up a few times, and then I'll Gigantamax, and then, he's got the G-Max Centinferno that I will use Flare Blitz for and absolutely demolish. I'm not a big fan of the Fire Bug combo because of the fact that it's weak to flying rather than just water and ground and rock. and it's 4 times weak to rock. So if you send out Set the Scorch to a rock type Pokemon, it's probably not going to blast. So this one's probably the most mobile of the type, and is actually the only one on my team not shiny, because I have shiny hunted for all the rest of my Pokemon, and I just can't get. I'm not trying to go for a the pre-evolution shiny. It's just, I've hatched a couple of these shinies, and I'm sick of doing the Masuda method already. So I probably won't be going for a shiny one. Plus, I wanted to use the Gigantamax one, and it's way harder to find a shiny Gigantamax Center Scorch. So yeah. So also I gave it Flame Body, because that is a really good ability to burn your opponent, unless you are trying to paralyze it or poison it or put it to sleep or whatever. So it can be, I guess it can be bad in some situations, but I think usually it's pretty good. I'm pretty sure it's, I think, what was it? Come on. It is it's a lax nature, which is increased defense minus special defense, which is a terrible nature for this Pokemon. It is not good at all. So unfortunately, I probably will be changing that quite a bit. But yeah, so that's the first Pokemon on the list. The second one here is Toxicity, if it'll let me go to it. There we go. So Toxicity. Obviously, I'm going to be using Punk Rock because it is really good. It powers up the sound-based moves. It's basically like a built-in Life Orb boost for your Pokemon, which is really, really nice. I nicknamed Static Shock. I actually got the shiny and like 50 to 60 eggs. It is an it is a naive nature, which is increased speed minus special defense, which isn't great for Toxicity, but it's definitely not bad because it is increased speed. Most of the time when you're going to be running this Pokemon, you're going to be doing Modest Nature because you want an increase in special attack. You don't really care too much about the minus in attack, but you can't get the amped up form, which is the one that I wanted and the one that I have. In that one, you get the other form of it when you have Modest Nature. Toxel. So if I change this up a little bit, I might do a non-shiny Toxicity because I don't really want to go for that again, and just do the regular one of the Modest Nature. But the increased speed nature isn't terrible. I gave it the safety goggles because it's nice, because it is very walled by sand teams right now, which are very prevalent in the competitive scene right now, is sand teams, and it is definitely walled by sandstorm. So giving it the safety goggles, it is totally immune to hail, to sandstorm, to any weather-based modifiers. I'm not sure if that means that if you gave it thunder that it wouldn't hit 100%, but I'm pretty sure that it wouldn't do that. So basically it just is immune to sandstorm and hail, which is nice for him. I guess I could switch up the item, but I really do like that item on there. So I gave it Toxic, which isn't as good in double battles, but it is pretty good in single battles, which is really what I have this team set up for, is singles. I mean, there is a Pokemon on here that would be decent to help another one on here in double battles, but as of right now, this is only set up for singles, which is usually what I'm better at anyways than double battles. So you have Toxic, you have Poison Jab because it's a really good poison type move, and it is you aren't going to be running physical attack too much on this Pokemon, but it is a good, and there isn't really too much really good poison special type moves. I mean, I could have gave a Venoshock after you use Toxic and double the damage, but I would rather just give Poison Jab because its attack isn't too much worse than the special attack. Then you get Overdrive, which is a signature move where it hits both opponents with an electric type attack. It is powered up by Punk Rock because it is a sound-based move, which makes it a really, really good move. And then I gave it Boom Burst because that is also powered up by Punk Rock. And Boom Burst is just an all-around really, really good move. So if you guys probably are wondering why I have moves on my Pokemon that, like physical type moves on Toxicity and special type moves on Scorch. It is because I like to have a stab type move on my Pokemon. On all of my Pokemon, I like to have stab type moves. And I also like to have a wide coverage of Pokemon that have defense, or to hit Pokemon with a higher defense or a higher special defense. So that is what it is. So that's Toxicity. The next one on this one is Corviknight. Again, it is shiny. This is actually the first shiny that I got in the game. And it has the ability Pressure, which isn't great. I'd rather have it with a different ability, but I guess Unnerve would be decent for competitive, only because a lot of people are using berries. Obviously, I gave it the heavy duty boots because Corviknight, this is probably an item that will stay on the Corviknight because it is definitely hit hard by Stealth Rocks, which is the most used move in competitive. At least it was in all the generations before this. And it takes, 4 times damage because it's a flying type. I'm not sure if it resists it because it's Steel 2, but I don't think so. So that's why I gave it the heavy duty boost and won't take any damage from Stealth Rocks, which is good. It is a... what nature is it? Docile nature, which is just, it's all around just no increase anything, no decrease anything. It's neutral, which isn't great for Corviknight. Again, I'd like to give it Adamant nature also, but that, like I said, will be subject to change. I gave it Brave Bird because Brave Bird is an amazing flying physical type move for Corviknight. It has a terrible special attack, so that's why I did not give it Air Slash or anything. It has Tailwind, which will help with the last Pokemon I'm going to be talking about, which helps with the speed of the team. Iron Head, because it's a really, really, really good physical Steel type move. And then I gave it Hurricane. Yes, I know Hurricane is a special attacking move, and it has a terrible special attack. If you see here on the stat side, its special attack is its lowest stat. I have it on there, but it is probably not staying on there, and I have zero clue what else to give Corviknight for a move because none of the other moves that he can learn really... I wanted to give him Roost, but Roost is not a TM in this game, which really sucks, and is only an egg move. So I would have to hunt for a Rookidee and then put it in the daycare, and hopefully it transfers the Roost over to it. So I might do that, but as of right now, it has Hurricane, and I will probably not be using Hurricane at all, but it has it, I guess. This one's name is Nevermore. I really, really like that name for Corviknight because if you guys don't know, it's a reference to Edgar Allan Poe the Raven, which is my favorite Edgar Allan Poe book, so I really, really like that name. Plus, Corviknight is really, really cool and is definitely one of my new favorite Pokemon. So, yeah, and then so we have Obstagoon, which is a Pokemon that is also subject to change. It is really only on my team because it is shiny, and this one actually took me the least amount of time to hunt for. Actually, no, my Barraskewda took me the least amount of time to hunt. I got that in only 350 encounters. This one only took me a few days though because I found a spot where I cannot talk today. Zigzagoons spawn like crazy. So it's not great. It's got Reckless, which is okay for this Pokemon. I named it Berry Blast. It was Scrimmage, but I named it Berry Blast because it's shiny. It's red and blue, which is a really, really awesome shiny also. And it's just, I think it's really funny because when anything is like berry flavored, it's always like red and blue. And I don't know why, but that was the first thing that came to my mind when I saw it. So yeah, it has a Naughty nature with increased attack minus speed, which is not terrible for this Pokemon, but isn't great because Obstagoon has a great physical attack, so it powers up the physical attack, but it also lowers his speed, so he won't really be outspeeding anything, at least not this one, but I guess that's not terrible for it. I did give it the Life Orb because Life Orb is really, really good for him because it powers up the moves that he will be using. Again, it is a dark and normal type Pokemon, so if I have this one in the battle against a Pokemon that has a fighting type move, there is a good chance that it won't be living, especially if it's a special physical type move, or a special fighting type move, which I don't think there is a special physical type move. A special fighting type move, not physical type move. But yeah, so I give it Night Slash because it is a stab, dark type move, really good. Cross Poison because it is pretty good coverage too with Poison type move, pretty good physical type attack. You got Close Combat, which again is not terrible for this Pokemon, but it does lower its attack or defense, one of the two. Can't remember off the top of my head, but so I won't be using that too much. And then Obstruct obviously is a really great move to protect you, and then lowering their stats also. So that's pretty cool. The main reason it's on my team is not only because it's a really good Pokemon, but because it is shiny. So this one might be subject to change too, but we'll have to see. But that is my Obstagoon. So now we're going on to the second to last Pokemon. It is my Galarian Rapidash named Majesty. I actually got this one in like 300 eggs, which is a lot, but I got it. And I got a really good nature for it in Adamant, which again increases attack, lowers special attack. So this Pokemon isn't really going to be hitting very much for special attack anyways. I just really like Galarian Rapidash. I know it's probably not the best Pokemon for competitive, but I really like it. So that's why I have it. It's got Pastel Veil, which is really nice because, especially in doubles, because it protects it and its opponents from getting poisoned, which is definitely very big in the competitive scene, is poisoning. I give it the King's Rock only because I don't really know what other item to give it. Giving it the King's Rock just gives it an increased chance to flinch the opponent, which is, I guess, okay on it. But I love the shiny one of Rapidash. I really wish it was a little bit different, but it is still pretty cool. So the moves that I gave it are Smart Strike, which is really nice. Steel type move coverage, for this Pokemon. D-Gleam because it is a special type move. I know. And so is Psychic. Both of them are special type moves, and this is a physical type attacker. But I don't know. I might change Psychic with Psycho Cut only because that is the only special. That is the only physical type Psychic move that it learns, and it does not learn any physical Fairy type moves. So really, it doesn't matter to me too much. Psychic still does a ton of damage, and so does D-Gleam. But those are both subject to change too, also because it is not a special attacker, but it doesn't learn any special type moves really well. It doesn't even learn Moonblast, which really sucks. And then Mega Horn, which is a really good physical type attack, which is a bug type attack, which is good against like Psychic type Pokemon and stuff. Plus, it's just good all around. I really do like having coverage for bug type moves on Rapidash. So yeah. It's a really nice Pokemon. The moves are a little iffy. It does learn Swords Dance, which is a little weird because I don't think you would ever be running a physical type attacking Galarian Rapidash. I mean, you could run an Adamant, you could run or it doesn't, because it doesn't learn any physical type moves. That's what I'm saying. So you really won't be running a special type attacker, but you're also not going to be running a physical type one either too much because of the fact that it doesn't learn as many good. I have an Adamant one, which is nice, but I would rather probably have a different one, but I wouldn't even go for Modest because its special attack is so bad. But it still does a lot of damage, and this one is definitely subject to change, but I really do like this one, and it definitely put in a lot of work on the competitive teams. It does more damage with the special type moves than I thought it would, so yeah. And then you have the last one, which is Dragovich Beast. This is his nickname. You guys already know. This is the most used Pokemon in the competitive scene right now, and if you really want to know why, then go watch my video that I put out a week or so ago, about why you should use Dragovich in the game. Let's just say that it's Moonfish's friend. It has, and before applying even a super effective damage, has the power to do a 360 base attack damage, which is insane. And I really like Dragovich. I actually got this one shiny. I did so many soft resets for this. It took me like 3 days of literally just pressing A to get this thing, and but I got it, and luckily it is Strong Jaw, and it is an Adamant nature, which was so good, is so good for this Pokemon. And it's just, I can't believe that I managed to get it. You know, on my first try to get an adamant strong jaw. But that just makes me so happy. I gave it a choice scarf because, again, you need to have Dragovich outspeeding to be doing that much damage with Vicious Rend. So obviously I gave it Vicious Rend. I did give it Dragon Rush, even though Dragon Rush doesn't have great accuracy. It doesn't learn, or it doesn't get access to any physical type Dragon type moves but Dragon Rush. And obviously, it is a physical attacker. It's got terrible special attack, so I'm not going to be giving it any like Dragon Pulse or anything. It doesn't even learn Dragon Claw, which really sucks. But so as long as Dragon Rush hits, then it can be good. Crunch I gave it because it is nice to have again, it's boosted by Strong Jaw too, so it's nice to have that. Leech Life is boosted by Strong Jaw, which is a good button type move, but the only reason I have it on there is because it gives you health back, so that's nice. So again, I'll just show you that it is adamant because I don't want to be like, oh man, it's adamant, even though it's like modest. If I got a modest one, I probably wouldn't even be using Dragovich on a competitive team, because you do not want a lowered attack one. So yeah, so that is my competitive team. You have a Nova the Center Scorch, Static Shock the Toxicity, Nevermore the Corviknight, Berry Blast the Obstagoon, Majesty the Galarian Rapidash, and Beast the Beast Dragovich. So that is my first competitive team. I might be doing some competitive online battles more, you know, doing some more stuff like that. So this could be changed. So there might be an update video like next week or something that'll be like, okay, I did so much more. This is what I'm going to be doing. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you leave a like down below, and hit that bell so when I do release that, you won't miss it. There will be another episode of the tier list video coming out probably tomorrow night is what I'm guessing. Maybe tonight, but probably tomorrow night. So if you guys don't want to miss that, subscribe. Leave me comments down below, everything like that. Again, this is all subject to change. And any of the opinions in this video are my opinions, so feel free to disagree down in the comments below. But other than that, guys, I really hope you enjoyed. And if you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video. So, other than that, Nitro General out. Peace.